At the point of recording this video, I run a tech services company and 2 tech product companies. And over the past few years, I've made many hiring mistakes at each one of my firms. A hiring mistake is easily the most expensive mistake that you can make as the founder of a startup, and it's something that everybody learns the hard way. Since I specialize in hiring tech and engineering resources, that's what I'm going to focus on in this video. My aim with this video is to help you minimize expensive hiring mistakes. And it's someone that had shared these tips with me when I was starting out, I would have saved thousands of dollars and months on my tech products. So let's start with our list of the type of resources that you should never hire on your engineering team. 1. The project abandoner. This is more or less a personality type, and you can easily spot these guys during a long interview. A project abandoner is a person who doesn't see things through. They will either leave things through midway because they got distracted, or they found a problem that was slightly difficult to solve. Engineering problems require a lot of patience and grit to solve, because you can be stuck for days without a solution, but you cannot rest until you've solved it. Now, there's a really easy way to spot them in an interview. Give your candidates a problem that you know doesn't have a solution. It could be a logical problem or a code problem as well. But since you know that there's no solution to this, you won't be looking for the candidate that solves this. Rather, you're looking for the person who's able to stay with the problem for the longest time and keeps trying to solve it with different approaches. Hiring a project abandoner is an expensive hiring mistake because if you're building a product from scratch in your startup, you're going to run into really tough engineering problems on a daily basis. 2. The one who can't adapt to changes. Technologies change very often, and so do product requirements in a startup. One sprint, you're working on something, and in the next sprint, you could be working on something completely different. There are people who have a tough time adapting to changes, and these are the people who cannot be on your engineering team. If you're building a tech product, the sole reason of your existence is being at the cutting edge of technology, and this is why you expect users to use a product. An easy way to spot these people that can't adapt to changes in an interview are people who haven't changed the tech stacks in the past 3 years. If you're in tech and you're stuck with the same tech stack since the past 3 years, you're pretty much obsolete. Having an engineering team full of people that can't adapt to changes can be really dangerous in a startup. 3. The buy the book. These are the developers that cannot think outside the box and cannot find new solutions to evolving problems. You ideally need developers that can think of multiple solutions for the same problem. The reason here is that when it comes to engineering, each solution to a problem has a benefit and a trade-off at the same time. One solution may increase processing speed but at the expense of latency, and another may enhance scalability but at the expense of stability. Only when you have multiple solutions, you're able to find the right one that fits your use case, and then optimize further. Since there's no perfect solution for any problem, there's always one that's the most optimum, and that's the one you need to find, especially for the complex problems. Having creative developers on your team that can think outside the box will take your product and firm to the next level. 4. The always lost in details. Attention to detail is a great virtue that some developers have, but there are some that get so lost in the small details that they're unable to look at the bigger picture. And this leads to delays, conflicts, and monetary losses in your engineering process. Now, this is something that's difficult to check in an interview, but you can definitely craft your coding assignments in a way that it is difficult to finish the assignment if the candidate has to provide you with great quality code. When you give out this sort of an assignment, there will be many that won't even attempt it, and then there will be many who submit really late, and there will only be a few who did not get too much into code quality but finished and delivered on time. Ideally, the ones that you're looking for are the developers that prioritize deadlines and delivery over quality, and only when they have enough time do they focus on quality. The reason here is that quality checks are endless and you can keep optimizing for a long time, and quality can be actually checked and verified only once the product is first delivered. And someone who's not comfortable in working in a lean environment where you sometimes need to deliver code that's not high quality but deadlines are super tight will not be a great fit for a startup. The careless one. These are easily the most expensive hiring mistakes. I'm sure everyone's heard horror stories about the developer whose code had a bug and it was hosted with Firebase that led to a $25,000 usage bill in just one night. Engineering teams cannot have developers that make stupid mistakes, and stupid mistakes come from a lack of focus and passion about the job. Careless candidates are also really easy to spot in the coding assignments. These are the candidates that miss semicolons at the end of lines and forget to include libraries in the code even after writing everything properly. So these were the 5 types of candidates that you shouldn't be hiring for your engineering teams, especially if you own a startup, and they can be really expensive mistakes. I hope you learned quite a bit from this video, and if you like this video, then don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Thanks a lot for watching.